Insects are among the most annoying and repulsive creatures in the world, to the extent that many people fear them, regardless of their tiny size. Sometimes, we should not be deceived by their small stature because they can still be quite dangerous. In some cases, they can sting you, which could put you in serious trouble if it happens. To avoid such situations, today I will tell you about insects that you definitely shouldn't disturb. Let's get started. The bullet ant, or 24-hour ant, is this intriguing ant you see on the screen, and it's named after the excruciating pain from its sting. In fact, this is the most potent of all ants, and it's 30 times more intense than that of a bee or wasp. According to those who've suffered an attack by this liburnal insect, the pain is very similar to being shot, hence its name. However, this suffering isn't caused by strong mandibles, but because the venom it injects with them, although not lethal, maximizes the body's pain receptors. It does so to deter predators from the ant colonies, and it probably works very well, as I doubt an anteater would want to mess with this ant. It's found in the riparian forests of Venezuela, Colombia, Bolivia, Peru, and Brazil, but its presence can extend to Costa Rica and Yucatan. The Australian funnel web spider, also known as the Sydney funnel web spider, is this huge and creepy spider that inhabits, surprise, Australia. It usually measures about 6 or 7 centimeters in length, so it has a considerable size, although it's not among the largest. But don't be fooled by its size because it's one of the most dangerous. Well, like pretty much everything in Australia, its fangs contain large sacs of powerful venom with a variety of different toxins that, if it bites you, you won't just start crying from pain, but you'll need to rush to the hospital immediately as it will start wreaking havoc on your body within minutes. You'll experience tingling around your mouth, involuntary contractions of facial muscles, nausea, vomiting, excessive salivation, and sweating, as well as difficulty breathing. The one you see on the screen is a bull ant, also known as the giant Australian ant. Let's be honest, no insect can be good with a name like that. In fact, it's considered the most dangerous ant in the world due to its painful sting and aggressive nature. As you can see, it's quite large, measuring about 3 centimeters in length, which is a fairly terrifying size considering it's an ant. Moreover, its long legs, large eyes, keen vision, and venomous sting make it an insect you should be quite afraid of. If it stings you, be prepared to feel the worst pain of your life as it injects venom that causes a powerful burning sensation due to the formic acid it contains. This pain can last up to 2 days. On the other hand, it's only found in Australia, so if you're in that country, don't even think about bothering one of these little creatures. This is the Anopheles mosquito, or the white-legged mosquito, which you've most likely encountered as it inhabits the entire world and is responsible for those annoying mosquito bites you get on your body from time to time. Although it may seem entirely harmless, it is, in fact, the most dangerous animal in the world. Yes, you heard that right. It's your unfortunate little friend. It carries a myriad of different viruses and parasites that can enter your bloodstream when it bites you, infecting you with a variety of diseases, and most of them can be lethal. Zika, yellow fever, dengue, and malaria are examples of the many complications you could suffer if you have the misfortune of being bitten by an Anopheles carrier. According to records, an estimated 40% of human deaths since the Stone Age have been caused by the simple bite of this tiny monster. I do not doubt this, because about 750,000 deaths per year are caused by diseases transmitted through their bites. The tsetse fly is a relatively large fly found in Africa, and to make things worse, it can bite you. Thanks to this bite, it can transmit African trypanosomiasis, or sleeping sickness, which is quite deadly in the poorest regions of Africa. Initially, it causes general discomfort, but as days pass, the symptoms worsen. Gradually, this discomfort turns into severe headaches and joint pain, and it's at that point that you should seek urgent medical assistance. If left untreated, it can progress to more serious symptoms like sleep interruptions, confusion, loss of balance, lethargy, and seizures. For this reason, this insect has become a significant threat to over 60 million Africans because if they are bitten by this fly, there's a high chance of contracting sleeping sickness, and even with the proper treatments, they may still die. Fortunately, it's quite easy to distinguish this fly from common ones, given its larger size, elongated wing shape, and brown coloring. The deer tick, or black-legged tick, is one of the most feared mites on the planet. It gets its name from its black legs and parasitizes the white-tailed deer. However, don't be deceived because it can easily parasitize rodents, reptiles, and birds as well. This tiny creature that may seem harmless to some is highly undesirable because it carries diseases like Lyme disease, babesiosis, anaplasmosis, and tularemia, which can be fatal if left untreated. However, the worst of them all is undoubtedly Lyme disease, since it affects virtually the entire body of the infected, from the skin to muscles and even the heart. What's more tragic is that it has no cure. So, if a tick carrying the Lyme bacteria bites you, you're condemned to suffer from the disease for the rest of your life, which is not easy to bear. In fact, two celebrities who have suffered from this disease are Mexican singer Thalía and Canadian singer Avril Lavigne. What makes this insect even scarier is that its bite can go entirely unnoticed. It can bite you, and you won't even realize it. The disease may start showing symptoms several years after the infection. So, if you come across a tick, do not attempt to pick it up with bare hands, please. This is the black fly, possibly one of the most annoying insects in the world, and it differs from common flies because it can indeed bite you. This makes it potentially dangerous as it carries parasites and diseases that could easily enter your bloodstream if you have the misfortune of being bitten by one. It is well known for carrying the parasite Onchocerca volvulus, which, if it infects you, will cause onchocerciasis, better known as river blindness. As the name suggests, it can cause partial or complete blindness in both eyes, something I wouldn't wish upon anyone. This fly is mainly found in Africa, particularly near the streams of rivers that flow close to villages. Since these areas often have poor infrastructure, it's too easy for this pesky insect to wreak havoc on its residents and bite them as many times as it pleases. This has, understandably, had severe consequences in several countries across this continent. According to the World Health Organization, more than 99% of the population in at least 31 different countries has been infected by this fly. This is the southern house mosquito, scientifically known as Culex quinquefasciatus, and it's a species of mosquito that inhabits tropical and subtropical areas worldwide. Yes, I know it seems like an insignificant insect, but it's actually larger than an ordinary mosquito and is one of the deadliest due to being a carrier of avian malaria, St. Louis encephalitis virus, Western equine encephalitis virus, Zika virus, and West Nile virus. If it were to bite you, you could risk contracting one of these viruses, which cause serious illnesses in the human body. Moreover, it is the primary vector for filariasis in India, posing a significant problem in that country. It's found everywhere and is most active at night, feasting on people's blood through multiple bites, leaving them with the virus in their bloodstream. The asp caterpillar, also known as the flannel mote, is a species of caterpillar covered in hair all over its body. It can be found in the Amazon rainforests of Brazil, Colombia, and Venezuela, and it has also been seen in Argentina. It might seem harmless at first glance, but it's one of the most dangerous larvae out there because those hairs are packed with a potent venom. If you have the misfortune of coming into contact with this little creature, those hairs will penetrate your skin, injecting venom and causing excruciating pain for several hours. After 8 hours, you'll develop bruising at the site of the sting, and after 76 hours, a hemorrhagic condition will occur, which, if not treated in time, can be fatal. The only treatment for venom intoxication by this caterpillar is produced in Brazil. So if you're far from that country, be prepared for the worst. Meet the tarantula hawk wasp, the worst nightmare for spiders and possibly for many people as well. It has this peculiar name because spiders are part of its diet, and it captures them to feed its larvae. This is a massive wasp, measuring 5 centimeters in length, making it one of the largest in the world. It is easily recognizable by its bluish-black body and shiny reddish wings. This coloration is a clear warning to stay away from it as soon as you see it. It's worth noting that it's a rather docile insect that won't sting you if you don't bother it. However, I would still recommend keeping your distance under any circumstances. And if you do approach it, be prepared to feel its 7mm long stinger, which causes one of the most excruciating pains in the world. This triggers an intense reaction lasting over 3 minutes, and those who have experienced it describe it as an electrifying pain that leaves you incapacitated until it subsides. So, be like the spiders and use caution around this wasp. Well, that's all for today. If you loved this video, don't forget to share it with your friends and follow us to learn new curiosities every week. This is Hallucinated, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.